Welcome to Homebrew Magic, a video series about EDH where we do our best to build unique, fun, or just plain silly deck lists to play against each other, followed by a breakdown of how they did so we can all learn and get better at this game that we love.
I built Beluna Grand Squall. I built Adventure Time.
She did it.
Yep. Beluna Grand Squall, whatever her. So, she is a 4/4 trample. Permanent spells you cast that have adventure cost 1 less to cast. Or she can seek thrills for 5, which is mill 7 cards, then put all cards that have an adventure from among the milled cards into my hand. So that's fun and different.
Yep.
Because Chris challenged me to build this deck, and joke's on him, I had already started it months prior. Nelson,
Fucking weird.
what did you...
I brought back a deck that I haven't played in a while, and this one is my Nixilis Captive Kingpin deck. Kingpinger deck.
Kingpinger.
I just want to ping people and then get counters on them and draw cards and do fun shit.
That's
Stuff
the
in
rules.
exile, as per the Accords. This is my for keen observers of the show. This is my Chris tribute deck.
That's
Bring
right.
us back
Pain
to
in the
you,
ass.
bud.
Yeah. Very good.
Chris, your heavy metal themed sleeve with your sexy lady.
It is my invasion block deck with
Oh,
Cromat at the helm.
a deck that's way better than it fucking should be.
Yeah, that's true. But I had to mulligan down to 5, so this is gonna be a not great game, I think.
Nice. And lastly, Teach.
What up, Hive Mind? It's your boy Teach.
You won our analog roll-off.
And I'm here tonight.
Like the cavemen did.
Yes. Like our forefathers and their
New
foreskins.
deck
before them.
every time. Kind of.
Oh.
Kind of.
I swapped 6 cards out of...
Nice. Swap
I've
like
seen these sleeves.
30 cards.
Okay.
Oh, Bright Lovers?
No.
No.
Renari Folk Hero.
Someday,
Ah.
Artificers will win.
That's the goal. Also a Chris tribute deck, kind of. More like a Chris had a clever idea and I stole it directly from him.
Chris
And he's
Folk
such a
Hero. I
sweetheart.
see what it is.
He let me have it. This deck...
So I influenced all 3 of your decks today.
Yes.
I like
yeah, look at that.
What do you mean?
I would argue you influenced every deck
I
at
was
this
just
table.
gonna say
Yes,
that.
you might have built your own.
True.
Yes. This,
Any way I win.
This is a Artificer Kindred deck, led by Renari, Merchant of Marvels. The deck started out with a very heavy vehicle sub-theme, because I liked the idea that Chris came up with, but I had no idea what to do with it. I feel so bad. I just stole his idea. But the vehicle deck just didn't function. It was just kind of a hodgepodge of things that said Artificer and things that said Vehicle, and then here we go. So I sat down with the list maybe like a month ago and worked on it for a good 3 weeks.
Gave it a stern talking to.
Gave it a stern talking to. It is still an Artificer Kindred deck. Every creature card in the deck is an Artificer, except for it now contains 2 dragons, because Renari gives dragon spells and artifact spells. I can cast them as though they have flash, so I don't feel bad including a couple dragons. But I moved away from vehicles, and a couple cards in the initial list stood out to me. I realized that there were some interactions I didn't know they were in there. I just threw in Artificers.
Trying to make the song work, get out of my car and into my dreams. Because you went backwards.
Yeah. So not as many vehicles in the deck. There's still like 3, I think. More of just an artifact build. So, like I said, I wasn't exaggerating. I think there are like 30 swaps in the deck. But I'm real excited to run it. I was working on this for a while, and I like the list I come up with, and I'm excited to see how it performs.
Woo.
Woo, indeed!
And with that,
And with that, I will start the game by drawing this card and playing this island, and passing to Chanel.
okay. On tap, keep draw.
Island is a card that was in the original deck.
I don't believe you. Land for the turn will be an island. First spell for the turn will be free.
For spell the game.
Once upon a time. If this is the first spell you've cast this game, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Look at the top 5 cards of my library and may reveal a creature or a land from among them. Put it in my hand. Put the rest on the bottom of my library in any order.
Didn't they get banned?
In standard.
Standard, right?
Not in this format.
No, I'm just saying it wasn't. I'm pretty sure they
I'm
got
going to make
banned
a
in standard.
bold call here. You just looked through Eldraine and saw that card and decided to include it.
You get out of my head and in
in
my
my
car.
dreams.
We're gonna grab Questing Druid. It is a 1/1 for 2. It'll go into my hand in random order. Okay, good. So that goes into my hand, and then Soul Ring,
Oh boy.
pass to Nelson.
He did a lot of shit that turn.
Yeah, that was a turn.
I have never been able to
turn.
do a turn 0 or in this case a once upon a time free spell thingy, so I got all excited and kept the hand.
My land for turn would be a command
would do the
tower.
same.
We
And I
can
would
all run
pass the turn
gemstone
to
caverns.
Or ley lines.
Yeah.
My land for the turn will be a Salt Marsh, which enters tapped, and pass to Tej.
Alright, draw. I will play a Plains. And then I will play Forensic Gadgeteer. Whenever I cast an artifact spell, I investigate. And activated abilities or artifacts I control cost 1 less to activate. The effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana.
Nothing ever does.
Pass turn. That's not true.
Nah. Untap, upkeep, draw. I need red for both of those. Land will be the backside of this Lava Glide Pathway.
Lava and Pathway.
Lava and Pathway. Red. Other. Unstable Amulet. ETB, I get 2 energy, and I don't care about it at all. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, Unstable Amulet deals 1 damage to each opponent.
Oh boy.
Go ahead, Nelson.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. that's-
Adventures.
Tap, upkeep, and draw.
The other ability is I can tap it and pay the 2 energy. Exile a top card of my library. I may play it until I exile another card with Unstable Amulet.
Land for turn be a mountain. I will pay 2, and I will cast Sardian Avenger. 1/1 first strike trample. Whenever it attacks, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts my opponents control. And whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, Sardian Avenger deals 1 damage to that player.
It's gonna hurt me, isn't it?
I think it makes artifacts, right?
It does.
Weird. Okay. Just checking.
Ooh,
When I cast artifacts, I get artifacts.
You guys gotta play bad cards like me. I'm gonna need this.
What a stupid card to include in EDH.
right?
Yeah.
Caves of Koilos and pass.
Untap, draw. Alright, you. Do you change things?
Sometimes. Like tires and oil filters.
2 for you.
Oh, he's
3
talking to
mana.
his cards.
I'm talking to myself. I will cast an Azorius Signet, which will get me a clue. Then I will tap the island and the Azorius Signet to place
Sorry.
Sage of Latnam. Fancy. Fancy. A new Artificer to the deck. I can tap it and sacrifice an artifact to draw a card.
That's a reprint.
And I will pass a card. I will pass a turn.
I think you're right.
Shut up.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Breeding Pool will deal me 2. Teach if you want to do that live. So I'm down to 38.
To yourself.
Yep. I'm paying 2 life. So, green, red, blue, and 2. I will Seek Thrills. I am casting a spell from somewhere other than my hand, because it's from my command zone, so they each take 1 from the Unstable Amulet. I then mill 7 cards. Ooh. I put anything that has adventure into my hand. Merchant of the Veil.
That's the one that looks like the Undertaker, but you're not running that printing.
Yeah.
I'm doing like a Twisted T.
I'm gonna have to discard that hand size.
I'm good, thank you.
So I got Elusive Otter, Hearth Elemental, Stormkettled Vanguard, Merchant of the Veil.
Hearth Elemental is a fan-freaking-tastic card.
Hope so.
I love
1,
that
2,
thing.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. I'm probably going to have to discard 2 of them.
The rich get richer. Quite.
We are going to move to discard, and I'm going to pitch Moonshae Pixie and Dread Linorm. Go ahead, Nelson.
Alright, untap. Upkeep and draw. Play another mountain. It's my land for turn. Then.
And I pull out my land.
And I slam it on the table. I will pay 3. I will be casting a Mayhem Devil. Whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, Mayhem Devil deals 1 damage to any target. Let me reread my Stardian Avenger again. X is the number of artifacts your opponents control.
I have 2 artifacts and no
I have 2 artifacts.
current creatures.
That's
All right.
+4
I have
+0 he will
2
be
current
getting.
creatures.
Correct. +4, +0. I will move to combat.
Doesn't even trigger out Nixilis. What a bad card.
And I will attack Schnell for 5.
But I'm not like that. That's reasonable. That's very fucking reasonable. 5?
Yeah, he gets +4, +0.
Oh, for every... I thought it was just
Yeah,
the
plus-
artifacts I control.
No, for all artifacts
God.
my opponents control.
More players at the table.
Yeah.
I'm
the only one-
Pass the turn to Chris.
I'm the only one I care about. I don't know. Have you met me? I love me.
I'm great.
I'm the best. Fucker's gotta go.
I will pass the turn. I said I had a very slow hand.
What's that?
Okay. I'm going to start picking up the pace a little bit.
Land for turn is an Inventor's Fair.
It's your land.
Great land. I will...
It's kind of on theme for your deck, too.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Winter time, fun never ends.
I will cast my full hero. Commander creatures I own have. Whenever I cast a spell that shares a creature type with this creature, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. I will...
Dummy's only got 2 other dragons in his deck.
Stupid.
Please don't hit me.
I was gonna say, you are the archenemy, as per the stats.
I'll cast an Ethereum Sculptor. Artifacts I cast cost 1 less to cast. And that is an artifact that will get me a second clue. I've got dice. I'll try it. Then I will multi-kick Everflowing Chalice once, so it has a counter. That'll get me a third clue.
It's a lot of artifacts out there.
A lot of artifacts out there.
Could you have at least let me have a blocker before you started spamming artifacts?
Untap.
That'll be it.
Upkeep. Draw. Okay. I feel like I need a blocker, so we'll play a land. Waterlogged Grove. We will go 1, 2, 3. We will play my commander from exile on adventure, so you will all take 1 from the unstable amulet. Then I will deal myself 1 from the Waterlogged Grove. Activate the Soul Ring for extra mana. We're going to bear down and pop your background.
Why?
Because destroy target artifact or enchantment.
That's why.
Oh, fuck
Bear
that.
down for midterms.
It's an enchantment.
Correct. Do I have anything else to do? No. Go, Nelson, go.
Okay. Untap.
I believe you.
Okay. Upkeep and draw for turn. Sure, we'll do that. Land for turn will be a Bloodstained Mire, which I will then pay a life and crack.
You get Mayhem Devil trigger from sacking that land, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I will.
He knew that. Shut up.
There's one very obvious target with 1 toughness in this game.
Is it his own creature?
Yes, it is.
Oh, weird.
Threat assessment.
Go Team Venture.
I
know that they're-
I was sweating like a teacher there for a second.
Oh God!
Listen, that happened one time, okay?
Couldn't find ye olde blood crypt.
Yeah. You remember when Nelson misread one artifact, and now we make fun of his reading seals for everything, right? It only takes one.
Here's the difference. Nelson misreads everything.
That's fucking true.
He misread that artifact one time, but he also misread 30 other cards in one time.
To be fair, he misread that artifact 30 times on one read-through.
Yeah, but
But then,
No. Watsy watched that episode, and I think they invented a mechanic around a word you said that wasn't in the game yet.
probably. Pay for cast my commander. Move to combat. How many artifacts?
I have 2.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm going.
I have a blocker at
6.
least.
Yeah.
I have tons of blockers.
Okay.
I know. Chris is gaping.
Some people have blockers. I do. Chris is arch enemy.
I am arch enemy.
It's true. He's been winning a lot. All right. So, sorry. You have 6 and you have 2, so that's 8.
I have 2.
Yep. And you have
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Cool.
He's still looking to teach though.
Yeah. I am. I'm gonna attack Tej.
Not fair.
It's true. Nothing
not
Teach has,
fair.
he wants to lose.
9.
Oh, that's not true.
9/1 first.
I'm
strike.
sorry, you want to lose your clues.
Yep. I will block that with my Sage of Latnam. After blocks, I will tap it and sack a clue to draw a card. You have Mayhem Devil Trigger.
Well,
you have 2
I have 2
triggers.
because I did forget the one. Yeah, even after Chris told me. Deals 1 damage.
That was
to
your
any
one.
target.
So I reminded you again.
you
that
either
was
have to-
done before. Hold on, that was done before. That won't trigger up Nixilis because he wasn't on the field yet.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I will do that one to Chris.
You skipped that trigger, so it either has to be to yourself or that monster that's coming at me.
Okay, I'll do it to myself. Then. That's fine. I'll do it to myself. And then
Chris takes
9/1 first strike trample.
And then I block sack, so you get another trigger.
So you
Oh fuck,
sack
that's
the clue.
first strike and trample.
It has trample?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even make that up. That's on the
Yeah,
card.
no, that's on the card. Also, there's also another trigger. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, Sardian Avenger deals 1 damage to that player.
Okay, that fucker's gotta go.
Okay, so hold on. So you
Don't
so
play
you
artifacts.
Sack a
Sacrifice,
clue.
Yep, you sacked a clue.
Mayhem
Which-
Devil Trigger.
which made it smaller as
okay,
well.
so Mayhem Devil trigger. I will hit.
4. So you can't kill this unless you.
Yeah, I'll hit Chris with that. Chris,
Okay.
you take 1 from the Mayhem Devil trigger.
Alright.
Sardian Avenger then deals 1 damage to you as well.
Well, Nixilis.
Yeah, each lose exactly. Whenever 1 or more opponents each lose 1 or more life. So these are separate instances, right? Because
Yeah.
1 is from there, 1 is from there. So this is happening twice. So he gets 2 counters.
Hold on. One at a time.
Okay, sorry. First one.
So,
Mayhem Devil.
one damage to Chris.
Yep. 1 counter.
1 trigger
One
to Obnix,
exile.
what happens.
Yep. Exile the top card. He gets a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah.
And then I exile the top card of my library, and until my next end step, I may play that card.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Okay.
This sucks because I'm losing my Fate Unraveler.
Then I had an artifact go to the
Right.
graveyard.
So you take a damage from Sardian Avenger.
Okay.
And then you can also take another one from the Mayhem Devil.
Well, you have next turn to cast the Fate Unraveler, don't you?
No, next end step. This isn't Prosper.
Oh, I thought it was the end of your next turn.
Yeah, no, unfortunately not.
Alright.
Hold on. So there's more
And now
Nixilis
there's an
triggers now.
Nixilis trigger.
Because
Yeah,
now I do one from the Sardian Avenger
Yep.
that hit you.
And I mark that.
So that's a second counter and a Wayfarer's Bauble. I'm just losing everything because I already played a land this turn too. Then I hit you with the Mayhem Devil. So
I
I'm
mark
exiling a mountain, and then he's getting 1 more counter.
Okay.
Okay.
Chris, how's your 3 lands?
All right. So
I'm gonna draw from
Okay.
this.
Yep.
Okay. And then I blocked, and this dies, and
What's your toughness?
2.
Okay, so you take 7 then.
Hang on.
No.
He has one less artifact now.
All right,
though.
yep.
Oh, sorry. You did go down 1
1,
artifact.
2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7.
Okay, so you 8 power. So
So I take
6.
6.
Take 6.
Got it.
Okay.
I hate everything that just happened.
First strike trample. Nice.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Real nice.
Nice,
I'm a
nice.
2-mana creature.
Well, that's why I kept looking at all his toughness, his toughness.
Toughnessies.
I wanted to look at his toughnessies.
Show me that tough nine.
show me your toughnessies. Okay, so second main.
Can't really do anything,
Go.
I suppose.
On my end step, these go away forever. Because this is my next end step, so these guys are gone. Go, Chris.
Part of the cards.
Good thing you got my folk hero, because
I'm sorry, what else was I supposed to target?
There's nothing on my board he could have gotten.
Fucking.
That's
end of your turn, I did want to sack a clue to draw a card.
Mayhem Devil trigger.
2 triggers.
Oh god.
Sardian Avenger hits him.
It's me, Mayhem Devil.
Exiling Talisman of Indulgence. Mayhem Devil hits you.
Again? Yeah, come on.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, no, we'll get to each one more time.
Fuck you. You're bullying!
Getting a Spear Spewer and another counter on Nixilis.
Didn't you say he was the only one that had focus or
Yeah,
something?
and he's ruining it.
He's focusing on the wrong thing.
Oh my god. Alright,
Quit sacrificing clues, idiot.
listen, I didn't think it was going to go down like that.
The mystery of who's killing Teach. You don't need any more clues.
He's doing it to himself.
I was the killer the whole time.
1, 2.
Who would be the most likely to screw this?
Nelson.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Don't worry. Where there's a will, there's a way, boys.
4.
Fucking no contest.
Shorakai Genesis Engine. That is an artifact. Oh, it costs 1 less. I get a clue. I can pay 1 and tap it to draw 2 cards and discard a card, and then create a pilot token.
Way to keep that artifact count down.
Crew 8.
That's why I'm seeing if it's May and it's no. He has to.
Yep. Crew 8. It can be my commander. I choose not to.
In deck construction.
Wait, what? Then fucking first strike, asshole.
I'm surprised there's not a card out there yet that lets you change your commander mid-game. Like,
shit.
This now becomes...
It's called I'm the Captain Now.
Yeah, that...
That'll be in the next unset.
Unset.
It'll be like Commander Tutor, but like Booster Tutor.
4, 5, 6, 7. That's still not enough. And that wouldn't help either. So
Rosewater, I expect $8 for my ideas. And a copy of the card.
I'm going to spend 1 mana, and I'm going to play Nimblewright Schematic. When it enters the battlefield or is
That'll
put
just-
into a graveyard from the battlefield, I create a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token. This is a new card to the deck.
Artifact.
Gets me a clue. Gets me a servo.
Yeah.
Oh, a construct.
Artifact.
Nelson, I'm feeding you
I know, I
power
appreciate it.
responsibly. Excuse me. With that, I will end my turn.
Okay, before the end of your turn, I'm going to spend my energy to exile the top card of my library. I may play it until I exile another card with a Beanstalk Giant. Neat. Alright. Untap. I'll keep...
Well, that's neat. So it just sits out with the artifact until you do it again? Or play it?
Yes.
Yeah, if I had more
That's
energy.
cool.
But I don't really have anything else that generates energy.
What was that printed in first?
Modern Horizons.
That's Modern Horizons 3.
My
Okay,
God.
sorry. I couldn't tell if it was that or Dominaria Remastered.
Mute the microphone real quick so Watsy doesn't hear this.
Okay.
Red Bull, creature, get energy counters.
Fucking A.
It has to have
It has flying. It has flying. It gives a creature flying.
It
right?
doesn't
When it
give a
enters.
creature flying. They lost that lawsuit, and that's why it's Red Bull gives you wings with like 3 eyes in it. So they're like, no, not literally wings, stupid.
I didn't know that.
It gives you wings.
I've never heard anything about that.
Oh yeah, no, there was a lawsuit. Anyway, Mountain will be my
course there
landfall
was.
turn.
Somebody jumped
some
off
idiot.
a cliff after drinking a Red Bull.
Did I draw my?
Someone's like,
Not-
I'm feeling
Not even
Actually, I
that.
should
just
draw for my turn.
Some fat
There we
ass.
go.
It's like, I don't have wings yet.
Yeah.
I'm just so Sweden.
What? Okay.
They
Oh,
said
is it a Swedish drink,
I think
isn't
so.
it?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
I thought so.
Oh, they just all of Sweden. Fuck you, Red Bull. Give us
I'm taking
Greenland.
Sweden with me. Give us
Edgewall Innkeeper. 1/1 human peasant. Whenever I cast a creature spell that has adventure, I draw a card. I haven't done that yet, other than the one time.
I'm trying to make it seem like a tempting target for a mayhem.
Oh,
Devil Trigger.
gotcha.
Trying to get in Nelson's head.
Reasonable.
I'm trying to get Nelson's head.
I will haggle. I'm going to discard a card. If I do draw a card, we're going to pitch the Rimrock Knight. Draw this. Hey. We will play the Talisman of Curiosity, artifact count higher. I know, it's real bad. And then we will play the Merchant of Vale. That is casting a spell from not my hand. You'll each take 1, and I'm casting a creature that has adventure. Whoop, actually it cost me 1 less because of my commander. So I will draw a card.
That damage will trigger up Nixilis because whenever one or more opponents each lose exactly 1 life, that happened. So Ob will get another counter, and I will exile
Well, that happened.
Will.
Swamp.
Oh, talisman.
Do we have any other sources of mana or wants to do's things? God, I'm gonna get punched so hard in the taint.
Right in the
Go ahead, Nelson.
Does that trigger your Edgewall Innkeeper casting the...
Yeah, I drew a card.
Okay, alright.
Alright, untap. Upkeep and draw for turn. And play this Swamp from Exile as my land for the turn. I'm gonna pay 2 to cast the Talisman of Indulgence. Exiled.
I got the non-foil of that secret lair.
And then I will pay a red. And I will cast the Spear Spewer. Exiled.
Hey, invasion block, do something.
Without Nixilis.
Invade!
How many artifacts do
It
you
was a slower time for Magic.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I have 3.
That's 12. Good fucking gravy. Spear Speaker.
Alright, this time the Sardian Avenger is going to come at Schnell.
Yeah.
So
Ow.
13-1 first strike trample. Fuck it.
1 toughness.
Card is so stupid.
Life with big punch.
I'd really like to thank TH for playing as Artificer's
If
deck.
Boulder Rush gave first strike, I was like, come on, send that fucker at me. And then I'm like, no, just +2/+0? Yeah, get in my graveyard. I'm going to chump it with the Merchant of Vale, so I only take 10.
Alright.
Smart play.
Yeah. Best play I got. Stupid fucking game.
This is going not great. Thank you guys very much for looking like larger threats than me. I appreciate it.
Listen. Chris-inspired game.
Yep.
You did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I'm still beating you guys. I haven't even cast a spell yet this game.
I'm just gonna sit back.
Go, Chris.
The end of your turn. Nelson. Fact or fiction? I will reveal the top 5 cards in my library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 face-up piles, and I choose one of the piles to put in my hand, and the other goes in the graveyard. Your options are Queer and Explorer,
Simpler times.
Mountain, Terminate, Phyrexian Arena, and Orange Thunder.
What the fuck? What does Orm's Thunder do?
It's a great card.
It is. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. If you paid the kicker cost, deals damage equal to the artifact or enchantment's converted mana cost to target creature. Cool.
Oh, it's terminate by itself already. What's going on?
Just like that?
Oh, easy pile.
Yeah, it is an easy pile.
Alrighty, buddy.
Alright.
Back on the
Pile in
pile.
the graveyard.
I don't like staring down the barrel of two. I
Clearly.
was gonna say 2 and a double at the same time. Two removal spells.
Don't call Teach Tubble. That's not nice.
Wow.
Jesus. That's my friend Teach.
Brutal is what that
Oh,
I was
let's
gonna say I've been called worse things than Tubble, but I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, that was way worse than I intended. I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad for you saying that. Swamp will be my land for the turn.
It's troubling for a tumbling.
We've peaked. I suppose this is technically untapped.
Yep, gotta do that. All right. Pay 3 mana. I will cast Phyrexian Arena and pass turn.
End of your turn. I will activate Shorekai to draw 2 cards.
I thought you were gonna cast Faffer Fiction. That's not a thing.
Discard a
is.
card.
Oh wait, Foffin.
Yeah.
Create a pilot.
Who could crew?
She can crew. She's a pilot. Then I'm going to sacrifice 2 clues.
Alright. First clue.
I take 2 automatically, correct?
Yeah, from
the
sacrifice. From the Avenger, you take 2 automatically. The first.
Oh, it's one. Wait,
So then I'm gonna throw.
is
one
it 2 or is it 1 per?
1 per.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 1
Yeah.
per. Yeah.
So you'll have 2 triggers then of.
Well, I'll have
4 total.
4 total.
Well, you put a card there.
Yes,
and
yes,
so
yes.
you say-
I jumped.
Sorry.
the
So
gun.
first,
that was me.
this is for the first clue. So starting Avenger will hit Teach because he sacked the clue. Mayhem
yep.
Devil will hit Chris.
Okay.
That'll be Nixilis again. Then second clue, Teach.
Got it.
Has to.
Yep. And that's that.
Nixie gets
And,
Trixie.
Soul Ring.
Woofda.
And then
Or
Mayhem
thirds.
Devil hits Chris. That's Nixilis again. And a deflecting swat.
All right.
Wasted a deflecting swat.
Ah. And pass
Oh
turn.
no, I can still play it. Do I have mana for it? Oh.
When you control your commander, you don't need to pay mana.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Or is it from your hand? I don't remember if there's any.
I think
weird
it
word.
might just. I think it's just a cast. If you control a commander, you may cast it without paying. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
And what is that one?
That's
It
changed.
redirects?
That redirects. Yeah.
Boo. Boo.
So my ass.
Now when Teach gets an answer for his thing.
I'm
has-
digging. I'm
has-
digging, you guys.
He has unanswered.
Land for Colonel Weed, both Seiju, who shelters all.
Little goblin warrior's fucking up
Yeah!
everybody's day right now.
He's real not bad.
Real not bad.
That's from Brothers War Commander. That means I also
four,
own
five,
one of
six.
those.
I probably have one in a box then.
You shouldn't use it.
Nah, I should- that's exactly what I'm thinking.
I got lucky that Tej is playing an artifacts deck.
1, 2, 3,
Certainly
4.
Because otherwise nobody runs artifacts in EDH.
Well, I mean, it would be,
Yeah.
2 here, 2 there.
I will cast Renari, Merchant of Marvels. I can cast dragons and
Marvelous.
artifacts as though they had flesh. Choose a background. I choose Folk Hero.
choose you.
Foolish, probably. The casting Renari part, not the Folk Hero part. Fuck me.
Pass.
It's not your turn.
Fine. I'll maintain priority.
Pass.
Untap. Upkeep. Drawer. Land for the turn. Forest. Oh, bullshit. Okay. We are going to, in the best euphemism on a card, we're going to seek the beast. Exile the top 2 cards of my library until my next end step. I may play those cards. So we got Araxa, Empress of Mars, and Beluna's Gatekeeper.
Is that a Doctor Who card?
It is. It's a 5/4 trampler for 4 with Battlecry. And then Paradox. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, create a 2/2 red alien warrior creature token.
Nifty.
No idea why that one's in the deck. Ooh. Okay. Well, if I don't use it, I legally lose it. So we're going to do entry denied, and I will return target creature I don't control the mana value of 3 or less. We're gonna put this back into your hand.
Hell yeah.
You are you?
As I cast something from not my hand, you'll all take 1 point of damage.
That's a cast trigger?
It is a cast trigger. So now you can respond with fucking...
Oh, I got nothing. But that will trigger up Nixilis.
Yeah,
And then a Blasphemous Act, and then Goblin Warrior. You had a good run, bud. Maybe we can recast.
You have until the end of the next
his next
my
end step.
Your next end step.
end
Yeah.
step.
Okay.
Okay. Back to me. I will deal myself 1 point of damage to produce green for my talisman. And we will throw out a questing druid. When I cast it from not my hand, you each take 1.
There's also an Nixilis trigger.
Yeah.
And then now we're all taking 1. Oh, I forgot to do it the first time we all took 1.
Why are we all taking 1?
We all, your opponents.
Yes. Okay.
Because they are still
Yeah.
opponents of mine that would trigger Ob.
I don't care.
I think I forgot it the first time, but
No, you
I don't
didn't.
remember.
You didn't.
I did it the first
You
time?
ticked it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
You're good.
So
That's how
I
you
will
got the
do-
Blasphemous Act.
So I will do that one, and then Rampaging Frost.
Boo. Yeah, I go. Fuck this game. Nah, this game's fine.
Untap. Upkeep.
Draw. I do lose. Yeah, until end of next. So the Araxa Empress of Mars goes away.
I'll play Swamp. Tap my Talisman for colorless to cast the Soul Ring.
Can I look at Ob Nixilis real quick, please?
He's just a man after all.
Okay. That doesn't help me.
Really don't like that vampiric tutor just hanging out there.
You do something about it then. Do anything.
Bitch.
You bitch.
I'm going to.
The 5 cards I kept were 4 lands and a Fact or Fiction.
I'm going to activate the Spear.
Like,
The Spear
fuck it.
Spewer. We all take 1, including me.
Including you.
Including me.
All players.
That will trigger up Nixilis.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
Gross.
Think-a-dinka.
Alright, I'm gonna pay 2 for my soul ring, and a red. And I'm gonna cast Seething Song. Putting 5 red mana into my Manning pool. My Manning pool? My Peyton Manning pool.
Peyton Man-thing pool.
I'm gonna use 3 of it to cast the... Let's sequence this better. 2 of it to cast the Sardian Avenger.
Ah, I thought I got rid of them.
And then the other 3, excuse me, for the Rampaging Ferocidon in exile.
Now the Blasphemous Act.
You'd be silly not to.
No.
Pay 1. Vampiric Tutor. Paying 2 life to search my library for any 1 card.
Thing is,
Don't have a way to deal exactly 1 damage now, though. So
I have a Visions Vampiric Tutor that I don't even know which deck it's in. It is beat to hell.
Yeah.
Thing has seen some games. And some shoes, probably.
And some bike spokes.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a waste of a tutor. I should have thought that through better.
Are those new glasses, Teach?
Oh well.
New from like a month ago or something, but yeah.
I just noticed. I like them. You're a handsome man.
Well, thank you.
You single? You down to clown?
I'm wet, not dead.
We fucking or what?
Nelson.
You do have to prove to us that you got a card. You can't fail to find. Your deck should be nothing
Yeah, I
but
know.
cards.
Should be.
Reveals a token. Like, what the fuck?
Wait a minute, I changed my mind. Oh, sorry.
It was a token!
We called
It was a token.
Yeah.
You got me.
It was one of those unmarked Innistrad like check cards. It has a magic pack. I can play it.
There's no reason at all, but it's just a daybound token. I liked it that Teach. I liked it so much that Teach had it last game.
Put the checklist card back and got an identical checklist card. Because he knows which one is which.
Yeah. I don't like to Sharpie on my cards. I just like to know. I just know what's what.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's do that. I'm going to pay a black, and I'm going to cast Kaya's Ghost Form, enchanting up Nixilis with it. When enchanted permanent dies or is put into exile, return it to the battlefield under your control.
Yeah. At least it'll lose counters when Chris kills it on his next turn.
That's true. Okay. I am going to move to combat.
And?
I'm deciding who I'm going to
Okay.
attack.
Is it me?
I'm going to leave combat.
I mean, Chris is life leader.
You
But
got to invade him before he invades you first.
That's true.
It's true. I do need.
You're allowed to hit someone just because they're sad puppy.
I'm not sad puppy at all this game.
Look at your board state. You are a sad puppy.
I mean, I should be sad puppy. I'm not sad puppy.
Yeah, okay. No.
I will say if you hit me, I will kill it on my turn. But feel free to hit me.
Okay. I'll swing at Chris.
There you go.
Here we go. All right.
I guess I'm
12,
taking
14,
18 commander.
18 commandy dammy.
Awesome.
Commandy dandies. Dandies.
Jesus.
I will
I need to look at
go
that.
through my second main and go to my end step to pass turn to Chris.
Okay.
When that happens, all these cards exiled is gone forever.
Right. Untap. Upkeep. I Phyrexian Arena. You're going to get an Nixilis trigger.
Yup.
What'd you get? All will be one.
I'm gonna draw for a turn.
Boo.
Oh, this is dumb.
Real.
Okay. Don't want to do any of this. Going to attempt to target Nixilis with Terminate.
Good choice.
I mean, it'll still be enough to kill me on his next turn anyway, even without counters, so...
I have no response to terminate.
Yeah, no, go.
Yeah, I don't either. Okay, so he'll die and come back.
I have a response to that.
Ooh.
Okay, so he's dead.
Defabricate. I'm going to counter Kaya's Ghost Form's triggered ability.
Tybalt's trickery.
Ah! I tried, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to use that there, but...
Chris, counter his Tybalt's trigger.
Counter it. Choose 1, 2, 3 at random.
Yep. Alright, that's a 3.
I mill 3.
Yes, you mill 3, then exile the top card until you exile a non-land. Exile the top card from your library until you exile a non-land card with a different name than the spell I countered.
And then I can cast
And then
that
you
one?
can cast it without paying its mana cost.
All right.
And the cards you exile as you're searching, so you mill the 3, then
Yep.
anything you have to exile extra would go to the bottom of your library.
Got it.
In a random order.
Mill Urza Lord Protector, mill Dramatic Reversal, mill Mirrorsmith. Land.
Jesus.
Relic of Progenitus. I will cast Relic of Progenitus. That will get me a clue.
So Kai's ghost form doesn't regenerate, and Nixilis died, so he comes back untapped, yes?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
And his exile stuff is a delayed trigger, right? So it's still bitchy.
Because I still get it
Can I see
till
that
the
again?
end of my next turn, right? Because it was already
Yeah,
exiled
yep,
with him,
yep,
so
yep,
it's still out there.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
it's...
All right. I tried. I made an attempt.
We're on. Kill him again.
Kill him
That would be
again.
nice. Nightscape Familiar. Blue spells and red spells I play cost 1 less, and it regenerates for 2 mana.
It's a great turn 2 play.
Yep. Okay, best turn.
End of your turn. I will activate Shorekai. Draw 2. Discard 1. I will discard this Warped Landscape. Create a pilot. Untap. Draw for turn. Where are you? Useless. Who built this deck?
Chris did. The cause of and solution to all of our problems.
Yep.
The thing I'm finding out is I'm enjoying every single card that I'm seeing in this deck, but
I'm just happy you run Defabricate. I love that card so
it's a
much.
great card.
It's a good card.
I've used it against you so many times.
A lot of artificers that used to be in the deck that would be really fucking useful right now are still in the deck. I'm not seeing them.
Okay.
I am going to cast.
You missed a Rampaging Ferocidon trigger, I believe.
Oh, yeah, who had a creature in the battle? Yeah,
Nightscape Familiar.
You're right. Thank you.
I also had a creature enter during his turn. It was a pilot. She still is, but she used to be too.
So Chris takes a damage from the Ferocidon for the Nightscape Familiar. And then that exiles Sinner Pyromancer, and then Tej's Pilot is Nightshade Harvester.
Okay. I am going to once again 1, 2, 3, 4.
We are all in panic mode, Nelson. How dare you?
I am too.
No, okay. Don't you just win if all will be one?
If all will go till then, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I can try to win on my turn.
Yeah.
If all go one until be then. You know what they say, where we go one, we go all.
Oh, Christ.
Emphasis on they.
I'm going to do it like this. But it will cost me 2 life to do so. I'm going to cast Folk Hero again. Whenever I cast a spell that shares a creature type with Renari, which is dragons or artificers, I draw a card.
You said it cost you 2 life, right?
Yes.
Ha! Get fucked.
Yeah.
Eat my ass!
Get bent. Pinstripe suit.
Pinstripe soup.
I'm going to pass.
Fucking joke up and
Untap.
sitting on that counter spell.
Upkeep.
Were there counter spells in Invasion? I'm just wondering.
Yes.
Draw.
Okay.
Oh, too little, too late. Way too little, too late. So, if I do this now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need that. That leaves me with so little. Yeah, that's not enough. Can I spin my wheels like the rest of you often do? Draw more cards? Let's give it a shot. We're going to play Elusive Otter. I'm going to cast a creature that has adventure to draw a card.
It's a damage to you. Nixilis trigger.
Cool. Land for the turn island, replacing that tapped island. Now we're back in the game. This spell costs X less to cast, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 less to cast, you say? Actually, 6 less to cast. Hearth Elemental. I will draw a card and take a damage. Nope. Can we go again?
Would we start again?
Well, we're running out of mana.
What's that from?
What?
Is that Les Mis?
I don't recall that from Les Mis.
No, it's not Les Mis.
I didn't think.
Oh, it's Jesus Christ Superstar.
Ah, fair enough. Damn it. Yeah, I think we're just effed. So, red.
Chris's
And then-
counterspell mana up. Teach's counterspell mana
Has
up.
counterspell mana up.
1, 2, 3.
Go
Bellowing
ahead,
Bruiser.
Master. Bait me.
I will take a point and draw a card.
Take a point from him.
Yes.
From, the Ferocodon, yeah.
Could always sack the waterlogged What's a Jigger to draw a card too. Your land.
Yeah, but then I'm running. Then I'll have no mana left to cast things, which I'm already locked out. So,
You just need a 1 blue for a Ponchfy.
if that's in this deck, it might be in this deck.
Or a rapid hybridization.
I'm just gonna
Yeah, we'll trust Chris
gonna pull
and
that.
sack this to draw a card.
end that out. No reason.
Talisman of Impulse.
Also, maybe that. No reason.
Alright, well, that is as much as I can do. So, go Nelson, get us.
Alright, I will untap. Upkeep and draw for turn. My land for turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have 1, 2, 3 counters on Questing Druid.
Land for turn will be a mountain.
Casters.
Can I see how it makes this one more time, please?
No. You've already seen him once.
That card, okay.
Teach, how many artifacts do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay.
I contribute up to 13.
Okay. I'm going to move to combat.
Wow.
I'm going to swing the Avenger at Chris.
That's probably enough to kill me.
Can I look at all will be one? So I'm not familiar with that card.
14 is coming at me. I can block one of it.
Yep.
When you put one or more counters on a permanent, all will be one, deals that much damage to target opponent, creature and opponent controls, or planeswalker. So,
Yeah, it loops without.
It loops without Nixilis.
Yeah. It's
Got
not
it.
technically
Okay.
infinite because we don't have infinite life.
I don't know what I was thinking, but I was thinking that was something else completely.
Okay, so
And then I
does
started
that-
looking at
does
mana
that kill you
costs
then?
and...
Yep, I'm dead.
Okay.
So you block and take 12.
I'll just take 14.
You're not gonna block.
Why?
Okay. Okay, so Chris takes 14 from the Avenger.
Okay.
Chris had the game that we had last week.
That's all right.
God, remember that? God,
In a 5-color deck with very little fixing. Yeah.
That's why I'm worried about my boxing league deck. It's no good.
Alright, so I've got one person with possible counterspells out of the way. Now I just gotta figure out if Teach has it, or if I can try to scoop up a win here. Alright, well, we're gonna cast it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, green next. There's green. Okay, real good. That's awesome. Very next card.
4, 5. And I will attempt to cast. I will cast. All will be one.
Alright. One more time, I would look to look at that.
Just drop it on the floor.
Rip it up. Oh shit, sorry, bud.
Whenever you put one or more counters on a permanent or player, all will be one will deals that much damage to target opponent, creature and opponent controls, or planeswalker and opponent controls. So this is going to enter, and then you are going to do some bullshit to make us lose 1 life.
Yes.
That would be my hope.
What bullshit are you planning?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, all it takes is a creature entering our battlefield. If I tap this for colored, I take a point, and then it starts it off.
I have no response to all will be one being cast.
Do you have a response to the eventual trigger, though, is the important question.
Maybe. What about you? Do you have any responses?
I can deal myself 1 point of damage and die before the last trigger of all will be one gets me.
Alright. All will be one resolves. All will be one will be resolved.
Alright, I'm going to pay 4. I'm going to cast Pestilence.
I have a response to Pestilence. I am going to disenchant all will be one.
I have a response to that being on the stack.
Fuck you.
I'm going to tap the Spear Skewer.
See,
and
there's
we're
the
all
thing.
going to take 1 damage.
Okay, here we go, friends.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I've got 3 mana up and stuff to do. So
Okay.
you're tapping that. What does that do?
Deals 1
point.
damage to everyone, including me.
Starts
One-
the
1
combo.
damage.
One
It
damage
starts
is
the
going to
combo.
ping that,
Yeah.
and then that is going to get us going.
Yeah.
So if I get rid of that, we'll be fine.
Yes.
As long as he does not have yet another
Correct.
response.
Is Pestilence in play or on the stack?
It's on the stack.
Yeah.
I have 3 mana. You would cost me 2. I am going to cast Quick Voyager. Nope. Voyager Quick Welder. New artifacts. New Artificer. Aether Drift.
Yeah.
Artifact spells I cast cost 1 less to cast. Casting that will trigger Folk Hero.
It will also trigger. Oh no, it's not casting. Sorry,
What?
that's a creature you just played, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
So,
when
a rampaging Ferocidon is going to trigger when that hits.
When it.
When it enters the battlefield. That's why I said, oh, you're casting it. But when it enters the
When
battlefield,
an ETB
it's
is-
gonna,
No, that's fine.
it's going to
Okay.
hit the Ferocidon's going to ping for 1.
That's fine. I'm going to draw a card.
well, it pinging starts the loop, though.
But is the draw cast
But-
a draw trigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's,
Yep.
Okay.
When I cast,
draw.
I draw a
Gotcha.
card.
Gotcha.
So then I have 1 mana up.
Don't forget your pilots.
Will not forget my pilots.
They don't
Why
do
would I forget my
anything.
pilots? Nope.
They don't do anything, but don't
That
forget
gets me a clue. I am going to that on the stack. I drew my card. It has not resolved yet. No, it's got to resolve, doesn't it?
You can respond to the trigger on the stack,
Yeah. I'm trying real hard, friends. I will.
Yeah, I did too.
That was a very like a Norm Macdonald on Celebrity Jeopardy. Like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Try to roll hard, guys.
Yeah. It's a joke hat.
It's funny because I sucked.
Worse than a normal EDH.
I think we're fucked.
Okay, can we just move on then?
That resolves. Trigger. Response to that trigger. I am going to
Pass priority, go to game 2.
Yeah.
Or win. I mean,
cast.
win or get off the pot.
No, that's not gonna work.
I don't mean to rush you. I'm sorry.
You're not rushing me. I don't care about you.
Wow.
Accurate.
Jesus Christ.
I need
Was it the Tubble
One.
joke? I deserve all of it.
Easy there, Tubbles.
No, this will work. Okay, I'm going to cast. In response to that fucking bullshit.
Which fucking
Damage on the stack.
Damage. Yep, damage on the stack.
I'm sorry,
Obnix-
trigger on the
Well,
stack.
yeah,
Damage
So,
doesn't
I mean,
use.
yeah,
Yep.
okay. So,
Yes. So your loop hasn't started
yes,
yet.
correct.
I'm still-
This is triggered because he has entered the battlefield.
Still
So it
digging
says-
for an answer.
Yes, okay. So
I'm
he
going to
says,
cast
hey, I've got
Astral
this.
Cornucopia. X equals 3. It has 1 charge counter on it. That will get me a clue.
Oh, you're
Casting
flashing it in. Okay.
Yep. because of Renari.
Yep.
Don't I draw a card? Or no, that was something else, wasn't it? Don't I draw a
It
card
has to
when
be
I
an
cast?
artificer or a dragon. That's what you're thinking.
And folk hero only triggers one
Yeah,
turn.
that's what it was. That's
Yeah.
what it was. No, I think we're fucked.
Okay.
All right. I quit.
Okay.
No, yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Your thing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Machine gun.
So Nixilis came back and did what Valgavoth was unable to do a few games back. I really enjoy this deck. I've mentioned it before. Chris's Torwalkie deck is what inspired this deck. I was like, man, I really like pinging. It brings me back to the good old days of Tim. And I want to do that in red and black. That's kind of was the genesis of the idea. Nixilis as a commander, when he was printed in, I don't even remember what it was called. What was it? Was there a special fancy name for it with the new Capenna extra shit? Was there? I don't know. I can't keep up with this shit. And that was like 700 years ago in Magic years. So anyway, I really liked him as a commander. Picked him up, built the deck. But tonight, I think this deck has won 3 times that I've played it, and I think all 3 times it's been because I've been able to find All Will Be One. I think this is the first time I tutored for it, it's in there to shut the game down quickly. Though I have to say today, the MVP for me is definitely Sardian Avenger. So this is a little Goblin Warrior that was printed in the Brothers War Commander set, and I'd have to look to see. I think it's sat around a few bucks for a while. It's clearly quite powerful if it can't be answered. And again, I tongue in cheek was thanking Tej for playing a deck that so heavily featured artifacts, but I didn't expect it to do what it was going to do. I liked it in my opening hand. I liked the fact that I thought I could get in for some quick damage early to try and soften folks up, to kind of see what would happen as the game went on, and I was able to find some of my other cards that are going to paper cut people to death, like Pyrochemia, Pestilence, things like that are going to hurt people and also, activate my commander. But Sardian Avenger, having First Strike and Trample is pretty powerful, which is great. But then the +X+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts your opponents control, is awesome. It counts everybody's. Obviously, Teach had a ton. Schnell had a good a number of artifacts out as well. But then the second part, whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, Sardian Avenger dealing 1 damage to that player helps a lot too. So really one of the things that I thought about with this card when I built the deck was, this would be great against treasure decks, but also great against clue decks, apparently, because I was able to get a lot more counters on Nixilis and then up my card velocity because I was just able to see so many things in exile, and really the only thing that was slowing me down is that I couldn't play multiple lands, right? But I was able to hit some answers pretty quick, and luckily when people started to try to either answer my board or what I was doing to impact the game, I had the Tybalt's Trickery in my hand. I think that might have been in my opening hand. I was also sitting on a Malakir Rebirth, in addition to that Kaya's Ghost form that I had. So, there's a lot of cards in the deck that are there to help me either keep Nixilis alive or bring him back for very cheap if he's killed, so that he doesn't get out of control, expensive from a command tax perspective. And it just I got lucky. The cards fell where they did, and I was able to run into drawing cards that allowed me to keep him safe and then win the game. The only thing I was really concerned about at the end was Counterspell. I didn't really know if Tej had one. I saw him, showing Chris all the different tokens that he had as far as, he could Generous Gift it, he could, Pongify, because that's a blue card. Rapid Hybridization, these different removal spells. So I was like, okay, well, if I would put Tej on that kind of single target removal rather than a counterspell right now is kind of the vibe I was getting. I had the Malakir Rebirth. I knew if I kept up 1 black mana, I could answer 1 spell. Chris, I thought, would be the player who, like me, would probably have a counterspell in his hand. So I thought, well, the best way to get around trying to be sure that all will be one can resolve is to just take Chris out. I knew that I could get through with my little baby Goblin Warrior, and I was able to do that. It sounds like I didn't, it wasn't necessary, but I still feel like that was probably the smartest way to kind of sequence what I was doing in my turn to give me the best shot at trying to win on that turn. So, Cromat is a very difficult deck to play. Like, Chris had made the comment about how it's a 5-color deck with minimal mana fixing, which is difficult. I love the concept behind it. It's such a like a niche, unique, fun way to go about it. I like the deck. We've seen what it can do before. I got a little anxious when he foffed me, and I saw the 2 removal spells, but I was glad that one of the piles was going away. So I split them, knowing that I did have cards in my hand to deal with the removal if I had to. So I kind of waited out that Terminate that I knew that he had in his hand. Tej's deck, holy cow, the synergies that was going on with the Renari Folk Hero deck were awesome to watch. It was exciting to see a deck maintain its form, its structure, but put so many new things in it. I'm excited to see that again as well. And I just think, everybody else has kind of commented on it at different points throughout the game, but Schnell's, I want to call it Sagas, Jesus Christ, adventure deck, Beluna Grand Squall, what a fucking name that is. We'll just call it Adventure Time, like he did. I love the concept of adventure cards. I think it's really cool that they made a commander that focuses on that too. It's something that's had my eye for just kind of a fun build around. There's a lot of cards in there that are great. I think Thieving Otter's a neat little card. Obviously Edgewall Innkeeper, allowing you to just turns all of your adventures into a cantrip, which is great. So yeah, I'm excited to see that deck again. We got to see it play a bunch of spells, but we didn't really see all of it. So as a new deck, I'm excited to see that one again soon. I thought this was a really fun game. I thought that unfortunately again, Chris being completely mana fucked set him back, and if you are a fan of the show, you saw not too many games ago, Chanel, Tej, and I all mana screwed or just card screwed as far as trying to answer what Chris's deck was doing a few games ago. So unfortunately, he had to sit down on an island all by himself this time as penance for what he made us do to him that game. But it was a great game. I had a lot of fun, and I like my Nixilis deck a lot. We'll see him again, but probably not too soon. There's a whole lot of other things I'd like to run through before Ob comes back to town.
I'd been on a little bit of a heater lately, winning a lot of games, so I thought I would bring a couple decks tonight that just are fun to run, that give me the feel goods, and Cromat is one of those decks for me. Invasion Block has always been near and dear to my heart, and building an entire deck from Invasion, Plane Shift, and Apocalypse, I absolutely love it. Not every card is great, but that's part of the fun for me. It's finding corner cases and niche plays like with cards that people just haven't seen a lot of or haven't seen in 20 years, which makes for a kind of a fun game. Unfortunately, I threw away a hand I probably should have kept and wound up having to mulligan a couple more times, down to 5 cards. And it's an older set design. There's not cantrip attached to everything. Not everything ramps you, and so going down those 2 cards probably hurt me, but not as much as only sitting on 4 colors for the whole game. I never had access to green mana, and that 3 of the 4 cards in my hand needed green. My commander required green, so I was just kind of a non-factor, but that does happen sometimes. Can't do anything about it. Whatever, it goes on. Tej's deck, the Artificers, I'm sure he'll make mention of this, but yes, that deck, he's played it a handful of times now, and this was the most work we have seen it do. I love it. I think he could get his commander out a little earlier, maybe lean into the flash aspect of his commander a little bit. If I were to rebuild it, I would have all kinds of artifacts with ETB effects and try and build the whole deck to respond to things. That's kind of a difference in our play styles. I just love being able to play on other people's turns. Regardless of the deck I build, I always lean towards flash, lean towards interrupts. God,
Come on, Grandpa. Come on, Grandpa.
Mana sources, interrupts, mono artifacts. Oh my. But I do love that Artificer Tribal. I probably will be building one of my own with Urza at the helm, because I just need to meld Urza and the Mightstone and Weakstone once in my EDH career. Schnell built a typical Schnell deck. We'll type in adventures and then throw it all in there, and while I'm digging through the adventure sets, this looks good. It's the exact same way I build decks. I could smell it as soon as he started playing cards. First spell, Once Upon a Time, I knew exactly what he did. I loved it. I need to see more of this. Unfortunately, it's Schnell. We will not see this deck until 2028, after we have like 2 more adventure sets. Why are you smirking? You know it's true. Nelson of Nixilis at this point is a known quantity. It looks flashy. It looks like it does a ton of stuff, but it really boils down to my commander and incremental, damage, 1 point at a time, and then ways to protect it, and then tons of redundancy for those things. And it's a very solid formula at this point. I love that deck. It's a point at a time, and then it just like mows people down. It's very reminiscent of a black-green Dina deck that I built a while back that is unflatteringly referred to in our playgroup as Death by 1,000 Cuts, and it's not wrong. You just sit there and it's just incoming, can't do anything about it. Because it doesn't pay, like, the thing deals a point of damage at a time. Is it worth it to burn removal on it? And you feel bad doing it. But if you don't, you die, and it's just like to play against. but it's a fantastic deck. I love it. I groan when I see it come out, but when I see the synergies between the cards, it like gets my little brewer heart going. I love it. I love that deck. I loved everything that I saw tonight. I'm so happy to see my friends' decks do things. Even if I was a casual observer this game, I had a blast, and I can't wait for our next game.
What a game. I really enjoyed this game overall, minus poor Chris over there. He fell into that trap that so many of us fall into in previous games where we're just not doing anything. So I love Chris. I love his invasion deck, but to be honest, he wasn't a factor this game. But throughout the rest of us, what a game. Focusing on Renari for a minute or two here. Like I said at the top, I reworked this deck. I reworked like a third of this deck, and that's not an exaggeration. Getting away from vehicles, getting more into artifacts as a general concept for the deck. Really sticking with the Artificer Kindred and the 2 dragons again, which they're in there because they work with my commander, and I don't feel bad about that. It's still an Artificer tribal deck, and pretty much every card in the deck does an effect that I want, and it's not in there just because it says a specific word. It's in there for a purpose, and every card that I saw tonight, the old ones, the new ones, I liked it. I was never at a point where I was wondering why this card was in a deck. I was definitely at points where I wish this card was a different card, but it was a different card in the deck. I have a decent suite of removal in the deck. I could have... if I drew it, I could have taken out Nixilis before things got going, which is kind of what I was trying to do at the end, and I realized that I was a mana short. If I had drawn into a 1 mana removal spell, I wouldn't have had the mana to cast it. But I tried. I tried to dig for an answer. The answers are there, and the fact that I didn't find one was chalked up to variance, not to the way the deck was constructed. I liked every card that I played. I knew why it was in the deck. I knew that if I had just drawn 1 or 2 more cards that they all synergized together into the game plan. There wasn't a card I saw that I was disappointed in for that card being in the deck. So I really liked the way that I felt tonight. I've played this deck, in the past, and didn't feel like it didn't spark joy, is what I'm getting at. I took a concept that Chris came up with all on his own that I wasn't original enough to come up with, and I liked it. I wanted to do it, and the first iteration of the deck ended up I wasn't happy with it, which is why I revisited it. And this new list that I come up with, I can't wait to play it again, quite honestly. And I've never really felt that too many times with the old deck. So overall, I think the new Renari Folk Hero deck is a lot better than the previous version. I heard what Chris was saying when he was doing his interview about if he were piloting the deck, he would have gotten Renari out a lot earlier so he could play those artifacts with Flash. And quite honestly, that was the plan. But I was getting more things into my hand that I wanted to get out first before casting Renari. I probably could have played it earlier than I did to get that Flash aspect, but he's right. That's kind of what I want to do, is get Renari out so I can play my artifacts on other people's turns. I know that is the plan. And whether or not that would have made a difference tonight, I don't know, but just so he knows that is there. I might not have thought of it as early as I did, but that's part of the game plan. Nelson with his victory with Ob Nixilis. I tried to stop him. I had a lot of effects that would have drawn me cards, but unfortunately they cost me mana to do so. The Gadgeteer is one that I always have to remind myself that it can't reduce activated costs to less than 1. Which I kind of think was my downfall at the end, because I was looking at my board and trying to plan out what I was going to do during Nelson's turn when he tried to win, and I was factoring in Shikari not needing to pay the 1 and tap it, just to tap it, and then I kept reminding myself that's not how that works. But the Gadgeteer is just a phenomenal card. It was in the original list. It was one of the ones that when I sat down with the list and looked at it, really stood out to me as a good artificer and one of the effects that I want to build around. But the being able to sack clues for 1 mana instead of 2 to draw cards was a huge thing for me throughout that game. So I could have, it was one of those things where, as lame as it sounds, I could have stopped Nelson if I drew the card to do so, which I clearly didn't do, but I had enough effects on the board to draw, which again is why it was chalked up to variance. I could have drawn a lot of things. I just didn't get what I needed. But the fact that I could have drawn so many things really makes me feel like this iteration of the deck is a lot better than the previous one. So Nelson, his Ob Nixilis deck is fair in the sense that we can see everything that's coming. And the fact that we can see everything that's coming means we can plan around it. And I did my best to plan around it. It just wasn't enough for this specific game. But nevertheless, it was great. It was a fun challenge. It was one of those games that I really like where it's a puzzle. All the pieces are there. You just got to put the pieces together in the correct order. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Tonight I didn't, but again, just a blast all around. I had a great time. Great job, everyone.
So earlier this week, I messaged our group chat and said, I don't know what to play and or build for this week. And Chris recommended 2 different commanders, one of which I already had kind of started a while ago and then kind of gave up on and or forgot about because I build decks constantly with what little bit of free time I have. So Beluna was the kick in the pants I needed to get it done. And as I started going through, I realized that if I'm just doing adventures, I'm probably not going to have a good time because when I lock into a single keyword like that, there's always blind spots that the deck has. This deck runs, I believe, 40, 45, somewhere around there, creatures. Of those creatures, there are a ton with adventures that give me options. I think I counted 14 response cards. Not necessarily all of those could have dealt with Nelson and his board state, but I at least have, of a deck that is essentially all creatures, I have a lot of responses that I can do. I have a lot of tricks that I can do. I have a lot of things that I can have happen. As I was building, I wanted to find something that synergizes well with the whole adventure aspect. So I leaned into kind of the stuff that Prosper enjoys doing, but I didn't have the red-black to go with it. I just had red. So that amulet that I had, anytime I cast something from not my hand, I deal a point to everybody. The Doctor Who sets that came out have a lot of creatures with the paradox activated or triggered ability. That is, whenever you cast a card from not your hand, something happens. So I tried to lean into that. We didn't see a whole lot of it, but I still like how the deck ran. I felt like I wasn't missing too much land drops or interactions other than not having an answer when somebody combos off. That's not a fault of your deck. You can't have answers for everything all the time. But overall, I mean, I kept building a board state. I kept leaning or getting towards that point where I could swing out. I mentioned between game end and now to the other guys, with cards in hand on my last turn, had I wanted to, I could have hit Nelson unblockable for 11 commander damage. That wasn't enough to win, so I didn't bother doing it. Instead, I dug and tried to find something else as an answer. Didn't get there, but I never felt like I was completely out of this game up until the end. So that's a sign of a deck that'll make me happy, I think, to play again. Tejas Artificers. We've seen it a couple of times. Still hasn't won, but God, it did so much better now than it's done previously. Nelson's Nixilis deck is a great deck. Sometimes I feel really upset when somebody combos off. I don't hate the fact that he all will be wonded the game. Because, like Tej mentioned, it's fair. We see it coming, especially when it gets popped up in his exile pile outside of his turn, and we have multiple turns to draw and see what we can do before it happens. Now, there are instances, obviously, where it's okay, he pings us, it comes out, he casts it, and then it all happens on the same turn, and out of nowhere, those are the feel-bads moments. I like when somebody telegraphs a little bit, where it's, hey, I'm going to combo off and win. You have one last chance to draw something, to do something, to make better choices. So I think that is, despite being a silly or a powerful combo, I think it's a fair way of going about it. So overall, other than Chris's everything, which that was just bad. But he mulliganed a couple of times already, so he tried his best. The deck wasn't there for him, but the rest of it, I think the other three of us did well and had a good time. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.